Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe I'm going to show you how to make a chana masala which I learned in Jaisalmer. We had camped in one of those desert camps in Jaisalmer, and this chef and Maharaj there had made a delicious chola which was absolutely tasty. And the secret to that chola was 250 grams of ghee for 1 kilo of chana, but I'm not going to be using that much ghee, but I'm definitely going to be using ghee to make the chana masala, and a few whole spices. So without wasting any time, let me just dive right in and show you how to make this super lip-smacking delicious chola. So to begin making the chana masala, first thing I'm going to add some ghee into my preheated pan. So he mentioned that you need to add 250 grams of ghee for a kilo of chana, but I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons. Yes, it does really taste nice. Okay, so and to this I'm going to add in some chopped garlic and some ginger, lots of it, and thinly sliced onions. You can also finely chop them as well. Okay, so I'm going to saute the onions and the ginger and garlic until the onions become soft. You don't have to wait for it to caramelize, until it becomes tender, soft and cooked as well. So I'm just going to do that. It takes about a couple of minutes, and after that start adding the rest of the spices. So notice that the onions have softened and it looks slightly golden brown as well. At this stage I'm going to add in the spices. Okay, and the spices are the whole spices, which is cinnamon sticks, cloves, and you have bay leaf which I've torn, and badi elaichi, or the big brown elaichi, and this one you don't break it up, you just add it as a whole. Okay, and because as it cooks with the masala, it will seep in and keep releasing flavors, and that's the beauty of this badi elaichi. Just saute for a few seconds on medium heat until you can start smelling the aromas of the spices. Great. Next, I'm just going to add in the finely chopped tomatoes and the rest of the masalas. So next I'm going to go ahead and add in all the spices. Okay, so I'm going to add the coriander powder, some garam masala. Yes, we added whole spices, but that garam masala is required. And what he told me was to add a local chana masala which he uses, but I'm just going to use the Everest chana masala. Okay, and turmeric powder, just a pinch, and some red chili powder if you like your chola to be spicy. And he had actually added a lot of Kashmiri red chili powder, which gave in a little bit of spiciness and the color as well. So now I'm just going to go ahead and saute all of them until the tomatoes become nice and mushy. This will take about 2 to 3 minutes, and once it's done we'll add in the cooked chola and then simmer it for a good 30 to 45 minutes until all the flavors seep into the chola. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the heat to medium high and then keep cooking the tomatoes. So notice the tomatoes have become mushy. It doesn't have to become like a paste, but as long as it has softened and it looks mushy, and that's good enough. So now I'm ready to add my cooked Kabuli chana. So I soaked my Kabuli chana overnight for about 8 hours and then pressure cooked it in the morning along with some salt for a good 45 minutes. And once the pressure releases, and you have to check whether it's cooked properly. If it presses between your fingers very easily, then you know that it's cooked well, because it needs to be really soft. And it has released a little bit of starch around the edges as well, and that's how you know that the Kabuli chana is cooked to perfection. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add in the cooked chana, and we'll mix it up. And at this stage, you know, the chana masala has some salt, and I cooked the Kabuli chana also with some salt. So now it's a good idea to actually taste, and if required, add some additional salt. And I'm just going to go ahead and add just a little bit of salt over here, and then towards the end as well. Check it again after it simmers for about 35 to 40 minutes. Sometimes you will need to add some spices, some chili if you want, and also some salt if required. So now I'm going to cover the pan and then simmer this for a good 35 to 40 minutes so that all the flavors get absorbed into the chana. So we'll just wait until then, and after 45 minutes give it a taste, and then it's ready to be served. So the chola has been simmering for a good 35-40 minutes, and notice all the chola has got a good color and the flavors, beautiful flavors from all the whole spices, especially the badi elaichi. And I would like to simmer it for a little bit more and then thicken it, and it's completely your choice. If you're going to be having it with puri or you're going to be having it with rice, then you might want it a little more gravyish. If you're having it with puri, maybe a little bit thicker. So if you simmer it for a little more longer, open the pan, open the lid of the pan and then simmer it so that the water evaporates and it thickens up as well. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now is to garnish it with some chopped coriander leaves, and our chola is ready to be served. So I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe of how to make the chola recipe, which I learned from Jaisalmer. Do give this a try, and when you do, don't forget to share your feedback in the comments below. Take a snapshot of it and tag us across all our social channels. We'd love to hear from you. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.